Yo, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do another Mill Creek Explain today, and for my newer subscribers, this is kind of how the channel started getting popular. It's 2 more trails to cover here at Mill Creek, so this will be the second last one of these videos, and today we're doing Scribbly. Pump these rollers for a bit more speed. The famous donut berm. Missed that rock. Okay, so Scribbly starts at the end of Terps, you go down the fire road and then you split off here, and it starts out with this little rock garden. Scribbly used to be a climb, and we've turned it around, made it a bit more interesting with some berms, and it's actually really fun now. Pedally descent that brings you out at the creek. This section, depending on how quick you're going, if you pedaled the fire road you might be going quite quick, so just trying to hop over these edges, not to lose too much speed. So this is the one section that can catch a few people out. It's a bit of a roll down, and then you need to lift up and over the rocks there. There is a beeline around the outside if you want to take a more smooth route. Okay, next up's a long flat pedal, and then we'll come into the berms, which should be grippy today. Right, let's take a bit more of a look at the berm section. So there's a couple of rollers coming in, give you a bit of extra speed for this berm. It starts fairly mellow, but then it finishes with a ton of support. So you can really probably death grip this thing. The next berm is the donut berm, and shout out to my mate Davide. He built this thing, or rebuilt this thing. He's had a bit of an accident lately that he's coming back from, so yeah, if you know him, give him a thumbs up and support, because this berm is the best one here. Got a roller on the way in, lift your front a little bit, pump the back, and then let the donut berm shoot you around the corner. This trail just snakes its way down this hillside. It's a beautiful thing to look at. So another big left-hander, really nice, heaps of grip, very firm, not at all dusty. There's a little bit of jank and a slight uphill before you hit the next berms. Pump these rollers for a bit more speed. Let it go. Woo! The famous donut berm. I'm not a mountain bike coach. I try to stay away from that sort of thing in these videos. I just tell you what I do. But the best 2 tips that I've learned for riding berms, actually 3 tips. The first is to get your braking done before you hit the berm. You don't want to be braking in the berm. The second is to look at the exit of the berm, so you're really like craning your head back to the side. That made a massive difference in how fast I could take berms. And then the third tip is you can lean your bike over way more than you think you can in berms. And for me, I was riding a berm track in NZ. It just kind of clicked that I could lean the bike from there to like there. And yeah, it just felt like all of a sudden I could ride berms. Heaps of videos online though, probably doing a much better explanation than me. But on the topic of braking on the way in, it's really important on this berm here, because while it starts with support, it actually flattens out probably too much at the end. I think we ran out of time to rebuild it last time that we were doing some work on this track. Got a little step on the way in, so you don't want to kind of catch air on this because you'll be landing in a bad spot. So squash, hit the berm, and then I tried to kind of finish my corner here and cut back to the inside, because if you're out there, especially when it's dry and dusty, it can break away, you can go off track, you can skid out. It's all bad news. Right, so after the flat berm we come into this rock garden. It's a pretty fun part of the track actually. It's all just about trying to pick your wheels up over the edges, maybe catch a downslope to keep your momentum up. This is probably my favorite part of it. So it's a bit of an up ramp. You can just unweight over the top of this rock, try and catch a downside over there, and then you basically do the same thing again over this. So again, pump, unweight, pump down. And then this final step here, it's kind of bermed on the outside, but you can see it's quite loose. And I always try and straighten stuff out like this. So I'll go over, try to stick inside, and then try and hold it across the left and right that follows. And then again, this bit's real rough and janky. Watch out for clipping pedals. If you're pedaling through here on the right, there's a few rocks that would catch. But again, just try and skip over any edges that would slow you down. So this berm's super tight, but it's well banked. It's really firm, heaps of grip. You can just lean it in and it just fires you out to the rest of the trail. Super fun. Oh, now it flattens out. Okay, now there's a bit of a climb. It's a bit janky as well, so it can be kind of hard to pedal and keep speed through. And then it's going to bring us to the last section of the track. We're just going to look at 2 more rock gardens. A big sandy flat corner. Plenty of grip today though. Woo! Really flattens out at the end there. And then into kind of the last section. We're at the big sandy corner, comes in quite janky. I kind of take an outside line through those rocks. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way to take this corner. There's a little bit of support on the outside there, but then it completely flattens out. Day like today when the sand's wet, it's fine. You can see though, as soon as it's remotely dry, really easy to slide a front wheel in this stuff. So you can foot out or just take it a little bit easy. So then we come to 2 rock gardens, and I'm interested to take a look because I've never stopped at these before. Just kind of crash through. So we've got this one. I usually just go around the outside here, I think. Inside actually looks pretty good there though, so I might try that in the run. Then we get to this, and it's just a jumble of rocks with a few massive roots thrown in as well. As far as line choice goes, it gets quite narrow down where the roots are, so I don't think there is much line choice. I would just go straight down the middle here. Try not to put your front wheel anywhere that it's likely to get deflected by that big root in the middle, and then try and catch a downside into the compression. Into the last rock garden now, and this is probably the section of this track that I get the most questions about. What line do I take? What's the smoothest line? So I'll take you through what I do now. So from what I can see, there's kind of 2 main lines here, outside, which is what I take, and through the split there. You could hop off the rock there, but I don't think you really want to be getting air into the next section, plus it puts you a bit inside for the corner and squares it up too much. Then once I go around here, I hit the berm, then cut over those rocks to straight line to the finish. I have tried an inside here as well, which I think could work, but you would need to set up a little bit higher than I've been setting up here to make it fast. Otherwise, the option would be middle, around the outside of that berm, and then there's another outside around those rocks to finish. Heaps of grip today, bit of a pedal. Missed that rock. Not as straight as usual, but you get the idea. So that's Scribbly Explained from Mill Creek. I will be working on the Hit the Terps video once school holidays is over, but we might drop another video or 2 till then. Hope you enjoyed today. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Let's get out of here. Alright folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Ant Battle Explained. It's the one you've been waiting for. Just kidding.